Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a post-match review of yesterday evening's comfortable 2-0 win over Dundee United. So, 2 goals, 3 points, 16 points ahead in the Scottish Premiership. One wee new injury worry with Nicholas Kuhn injuring himself in the warm-up. But otherwise, it would appear that Celtic got through yesterday's game against Dundee United unscathed. A day or so of rest, a bit of light training, and then off to Dingwall for a Saturday morning game. 12:30 kickoff on Saturday against Ross County, and then back against Dundee on the following Tuesday. In today's video, we're going to have a wee look at the goals, a wee analysis of the game, the stats, and also a wee look at my own personal ratings and a wee quick update of the transfer news in and out and loans, ins and outs, etc. as it stands around about noon, 1 o'clock on Thursday, the 9th of January. Celtic took on Dundee United on a freezing cold evening in Glasgow. Hard fought game. Dundee United, as usual, very well set up, nicely organised, very defensive formation, very defensive outlook, and it did take Celtic a bit of time to break them down. Early incidents, header by Austin Trusty from a corner, clipped the bar and went over. A wee bit shortly after that, around about the 23rd minute, Alistair Johnston, nice move down the right-hand wing, spinning past the defender. Cross into the box, wasn't the most accurate, rebounded. Dundee player failed to clear. Luke McCown then hit a rather weak shot that I think the goalkeeper should have done much better to save, pushing it round the corner or even holding it. However, pushed it out back into the box, and Hatate and Maeda very calmly slotted the ball away. 1-0 up after 23 minutes. Celtic remained on top for the rest of that first half. Few half chances, none particularly strong. Dundee United defending very deep, trying to hit Celtic on the counter-attack. Kasper Schmeichel in the second half made a couple of nice saves. Nothing dramatic, but the shots certainly needed saved. Celtic made one or two wee substitutions second half. On came Paulo Bernardo, Kyogo, Luis Palma and Rio Hatate, and probably Rio Hatate was the one of those four subs that made the most difference. 83rd minute, an absolutely brilliant ball for in my view from Luis Palma outside of his right foot, curving it over the top of the Dundee United defence, right to Hatate and Maeda at the back post. He squared the ball, dummied by Kyogo and Paulo Bernardo, and Rio Hatate arriving a wee bit late in the box. Lovely finish past the Dundee United goalkeeper Walton, and 2-0 up. And just at the very end of the game, lovely curling shot by Luis Palma, very well saved by Walton in the Dundee United goal. And so 2-0 up, 2-0 win, 3 points, and as I said, that now puts us 16 points ahead at the top of the Scottish Premiership, although our big rivals do have a game in hand this evening against Dundee, and we'll see how they do with that. Looking at the stats for yesterday evening's game, again shows how very much on top Celtic were. Although, as I said earlier, Dundee United did defend very bravely. Possession was 76 for Celtic, 24 for Dundee United. Shots were very impressive, 19 for Celtic, 5 for Dundee United. On targets, 6-3. Off targets, 5-1. And block shots, Celtic had 8 shots blocked and Dundee United 1 shot blocked. Kasper Schmeichel made 3 saves in Celtic's goal. Walton for Dundee United made 4 saves. Very impressive touches in the box, 52 for Celtic, 14 for Dundee United. And corners, similarly, very dominant for Celtic, 13-4. So, 1 in 3 shots were on target. Dundee United, as I say, did defend very bravely. Around about half the shots, just under, were blocked by them, and a few nice saves by their goalkeeper. 2 goals. Not a bad return on 19 shots. Could have been a wee bit better, but for some very brave defending and some good goalkeeping. Moving on finally in this wee section to the player ratings, my own player ratings. You may well have your own ratings for the players, so do pop those into the comment section if you wish. I gave Kasper Schmeichel 7. I thought, again, he was nice and dominant and controlling in his goals, organised the defence well, got the ball back out, kept the attacks rolling. 6.5 for both Greg Taylor and Alice Johnson, the fullbacks. They had not terribly much to do defensively. They both broke forward into midfield, into the final third. Both of them had their involvements in the goals. Alice Johnson and Taylor, I think, both had fine games without being overly starring players. I thought the two central defenders, Trusty and Carter Vickers, had a nice game. No real scares until very late on when Dolby did get free in the box. But otherwise, I thought a good defensive partnership for the two. Their distribution was good, and Trusty did nearly score that first goal in the game from that header from the corner. And Carter Vickers was his usual calm self at the back. In midfield, 6.5 for Callum McGregor. Not one of his best games, however, no errors, and did keep Celtic pushing forward. And looking at some of the other stats, Celtic had much more balls, much more forward passes this time around. Good passing accuracy as before, but certainly looking to get the ball forward much more than their sideways and backward passes. I gave 6 to Luke McCowan. Thought he didn't have a particularly good game yesterday. One or two nice touches in midfield, did have a wee bit of scrapping in midfield, and it was his rather weak shot that did lead to the first goal. And I think Celtic actually looked more threatening and better once Rio Hatate came on and Luke McCowan went off. And I've given 8 and man of the match to Arne Engels. I thought he was very busy. He had something like 5 shots on goal himself, appeared in the box, worked hard in midfield, good creation, good delivery at the corners. And so 8 for him. 5.5 for Yang, came in very late for the injured Nicholas Kuhn, who apparently felt a soreness or tightness in his thigh muscle, and so was kept out as a precaution. Yang, his best contribution was managing to accidentally deflect Alistair Johnston's cross that later broke for Luke McCowan to shoot for Maeda to score the rebound. Otherwise, I can scarcely remember Yang doing anything particularly constructive or attacking, so 5.5 for him. And I think it's probably time that Brendan Rodgers swaps in Lewis Palmer to start if Nicholas Kuhn isn't fit for the Ross County match, and similarly that Lewis Palmer is the first white player off the bench rather than Yang, as his contributions for me actually are going down and down rather than up and up with further games. I've given 6.5 for Hatate and Maeda. Some good link-up play up front. Didn't look particularly like he was going to score any goals for Celtic, and I think Celtic did actually look a wee bit more dangerous once Kyogo came on later in the half. Given Dyson minus 7.5, did have a goal, did have an assist, 1 or 2 nice runs up and down his side, breaking into the box as well. Not quite as good a performance as he had against St Mirren at the weekend, but certainly back to the form he showed early in the season. So it's 7.5 for him. In terms of the subs, given 7 for Rio Hatate, I thought he looked more industrious, more creative than McCowan had done. Did break into the box nicely to score that second goal, so 7 for him. And I've given 6.5 for Luis Palma, Paolo Bernardo and Kyogo. As I said earlier on, I thought Kyogo did look quite busy up front, did have a half chance. Kyogo and Paolo Bernardo very cleverly dummied Dyson Maeda's pass across the box. And of course, as I said, the second goal was set up initially by a brilliant pass by Luis Palma off the left wing, slicing and curving the ball over the top of the defence right into Hatate and Maeda's path. And then right at the end of the game, a very good curling shot from the edge of the box by Luis Palma, forcing the goalkeeper Walton into a rather good save. Now, you may have your own thoughts and ratings for the players, so as I say, do pop those into the comment section. Finally, just a wee roundup of any transfer news. Stephen Welsh has now been loaned to Mechelen for the rest of the season. There is no clause for him to be bought by Mechelen at the end of that loan deal, and so I would expect Welsh will be back at Celtic for the start of the 25-26 season. Hopefully 4 or 5 months of game time in Mechelen will give Welsh much needed match practice and get him a bit more sharper and bring him back to Celtic, where his role for several years has been backup player, coming in off and on as a sub and off and on as an occasional starter. No further news on the potential transfer of Bazumana Toure from Hammarby. I think the 10 million price tag has scared off most people, if not everybody, and it doesn't appear that Celtic have actually lodged a formal offer, nor has anybody else lodged a formal offer yet for Toure. No movement on any loan deals for Odin Thiago Holmes. Some rumours that Luis Palma is being loaned to Real Vallecano in Spain, although that seems rather unlikely, as it appears it's a loan with a £2.5 million clause at the end, when Celtic apparently turned down a €4 or €5 million bid just recently this week, according to several stories. And no movement on the Greg Taylor issue regarding either new contract or him signing a pre-contract with Zagreb or going to Zagreb in the winter. And no other news of players in and out. Brings us to the end of today's video. Just as we finish, just a wee suggestion, reminder, encouragement: if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do click that subscriber button. Keep those numbers going up. 4 new subscribers yesterday made me so happy. So let's see if we can add a few more today. Have liked the video, do click that like button. It does help with spreading the channel and spreading Celtic Football Club to more football fans on YouTube. And finally, do pop your pleasant, polite thoughts, opinions, comments into the comment section for a nice wee debate amongst Celtic fans. And so until tomorrow's video, goodbye and hail, hail.